Hey guys, in the last lecture we see what is while loop in JavaScript and make a simple guess project. Now in this lecture we make a one more project to skills our previous concepts and implements in a practical way. So first I get rid of all of these functions that we have in previous lectures and I simple remove all of these and also remove this JavaScript functions. Now we make a project that name is even odd checker. Even number and odd numbers are those even numbers that are divided by 2 and their remainder is 0. Odd numbers are those that are not divided by 0, that are not divided by 2 and their remainder does not have 0. Means 2, 4, 8, 6, 10. These are all numbers are even number because they are divided by 2. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These numbers are odd number because they divided only on its own number and 1, not on 2. So for this, we make a simple here and if I reload it, so now in HTML, I make a div and in div I have a container and class here container. After this in div in this div class container we have first one paragraph tag and I give it not paragraph tag, we make it heading because this is bold for our ease. So I write here in h3 tag and I write here even and odd number check. After this I have an input tag that is for number. I write here input and type is equal to number because we enter the number here, number and id of this my nmb my number. I simple write it my number, that is clear way to tell us that is my number id. And after this I have a simple button. I write here button and I write here check. Button's value is check and id of this button my btn. So now this is our html and that is our html. After this I have a simple style tag for styling. So I write here style type text css and in dot container I write here dot container because our dot container is a class and I want to change the background color of this container is equal to, I name it as weight. That is a simple whitish color and that is our background color. And after this I want it to padding of 20 pixels, all of these. And if I reload, so now that is our padding. And if I go to here text align center and save it and reload, so now all the text is in center of this. So that is totals of our css, but we make more one because we have this check button also styling. But after this I here have a one more div and I write here div and here I id of output in which we output our result that we when we enter on these buttons. So now after this I go to in a script file that is our JavaScript and I write here first one. I write here document dot get element by ID, and I want ID of my btns, because first I write on my btn and it on click functions, and functions I want to make a functions here with certain block tag, and I write here alert. First one, I check our button is connection is correct or not. So I write here success message, and if I reload, now if I click on check buttons, now our success alert is here. It means our programs is correct till this. So I simply remove this, and when someone click on buttons, it go to this checkbox. So I write here, I make a variable var number and is equal to document dot get element by id, and now I id of my number, that is simple input id. Now I want the value of this my number, and I want to make alert, and I write here alert to check whether our value is in or not. So I print the number variable here, because when we click on buttons, it go to this functions here, and it checks document.get element by id my number, and it gives us the value of this input number here and store it in number variable, that is assigning in this number, and we make it alert of number. So I save it and I write here 2 and check. So till the success message y my number dot value, and print the number of here, and if I save it and reload, so I printed 2 check. So now our number is 2, and if I make it say 7, that is 7. Now our program is correctly done till this. So I simple remove this. After this, we want to change the conditions. When someone click on this check button, it goes to this number, and if the number is even, it prints its even number, and if the number is odd, it prints its odd number. So for this, we make here a condition. I write here if condition, and I write if our number variable remainder, I took it the remainder 2 is equal to 0. So that condition means when our number is here and it checks the remainder. Remainder means that tells our remainder of divisions. Means if I divide by 4 by 2, then 2 2s are 4 and our remainder is 0. So that simple means when our number is entered here and it remainders 2, and if it's get 0, then what it prints, it alert here number is even, and I make the print the number. So I write here number. It tells us what the number is entered and it is even or odd. So I save it and reload, and if I enter here 2 and check, this tells us number is even and that is 2. If I write here 6 and check, so it is number is even and that is 6. So if I want to enter here 3, what happens? Nothing has happened, because we do not have any condition here in else condition. So I write here else tag, and I write here alert, and number is odd, and it prints number here, and it prints number. So if I save it and reload, and if I write here 2, then check number is even, that is 2, and if I write here 3, check number is odd, that is 3. And if I one more time 4, that is number is even, and 5, that number is odd. So now our program is correctly written till here. So instead of alert, we want in browser, and in output div we want the show our output. So for this, I simple remove out here alert, and I write here document dot get element by id, and Now our id is output, that is our div output, and now I write here dot inner html is equal to, now I want to show here our message number is even, and that is a simple print out here our number. I write here plus for concatenation and write here number. So that same for this, and only change the script of this. So I simple copy of this our if block and paste it here, and now number is odd and print the number. So if I save it and reload, so if I write here 2 then check, so you see here number is even and that is 2, and if I write here 4 that also number is even, that is 4, and if I write here odd number that is 5, and now his number is odd and that is 5. If I write here 9 then number is odd, that is 9, and if I write here 10 then check and then number is even and that is 10. So now our program is correctly run, and only one thing I want here for this output tag, I write here output, and I want it to make simple margin 10 pixels from all of these. So if I save it and now I check and reload is necessary, and if I check, so now number is odd and that is 3, now it has tilt down and further gap between these. So that is our simple program challenge. So we make end of this lecture here. Please practice all of these programs that we run in this whole previous course. So we here end this lecture. Please like the video and subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching.